flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Dear God, as we gather this evening, this council thanks you for a good year that we had. We thank you for the privilege that we have to serve this community. And we ask for strength, courage, and wisdom. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Welcome everyone. We'll call to order the December 17th meeting of the Mooresville Town Council. Council members had an opportunity to read the minutes. I need a motion to either approve or amend the minutes.
Make a motion to approve the December 3rd minutes as written.
Motion been made. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Motion made and seconded. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Abstain.
Aye.
First item on the agenda is the memorandum of understanding with NDOT and the Mooresville Redevelopment Commission. The history on this goes back to 2017 when NDOT announced that they would be doing a resurfacing project of State Road 42, that they would be going from bridge to bridge. At the time when it was first announced, it was they were going to go down to bedrock. Now I think it has changed in some forms, but mainly they're going to redo it to where it'll last us hopefully another 50 years. During that planning phase of it, the project was not scheduled and still not scheduled until 2021. And at the time we thought, man, that's 4 years away, that's forever. And here we are upon it almost. They asked the town if there were any items that they wanted to include. I think we toyed with sanitary sewers down the middle of High Street and found that that was going to be cost prohibitive. The redevelopment board jumped in and said, we'd like to see part of our, since that is two major thoroughfares into the town of Mooresville, we'd like to see that included as part of our gateway projects. The first designs showed a variable width walking path or walking trail from Monroe Street all the way to, Chelsea, where are you? All the way to Franklin Street? Or does it go on past, on east of, just a hair past? It will have lighting. That's always been something that's been brought up in years past, is the poor lighting or poor visibility on 42 during nighttime travel. This is just moving forward with NDOT's wanting to make sure that we're ready as they start their planning process. I'm sure Chelsea can answer more questions or questions better than I can. Are there any questions from the board?
Just looking forward to seeing it get done.
There were some, we had, NDOT was gracious enough to have a couple of meetings here at our government center, and there were some questions. I think everything was answered properly. I think everything was kind of brought a little bit of excitement. Part of the project is the redevelopment board wanted to make sure that this is a clean project from start to finish, as far as we're doing sidewalks on both sides of the street, not just the variable width walking path, but also on the south side of the street. And I need a motion to approve or deny the memorandum of understanding.
I'll make a motion that we approve the MOU.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Motion's made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Next item on the agenda is the transfer of funds in the unsafe building transfer. This is a bit of housekeeping that we are made to do by the State Board of Accounts. This allows us $3,500, keeps us $3,500 in the unsafe building fund every year. I need a motion, that would be Resolution 23. I need a motion to either approve or deny Resolution 23, 2019.
Make a motion, we approve resolution 23, 2019.
I'll second.
Motion made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Next item on the agenda is the salary ordinance fixing the compensation for the year 2020 for the employees of the civil town of Mooresville. Council members were provided that ordinance. Is there any questions or comments on the ordinance? Motion to either approve or deny ordinance 8, 2019.
Really quick, Tom, can you bring up, or can you explain exactly, I know we explained last meeting how we did it this year, but the pay raises for all the town employees.
In the past, you know, what's always been done is it's always kind of looked at as the last item in a budget. This time, something that was done different was we took the recommendation of Baker Tilly and kind of worked backwards from what they thought our maximum levy was going to increase. Their rough estimate was $110,000 to $115,000. It turned out it was $114,700, and that is the actual amount of funding that is guaranteed through the property tax levy. It's something that we won't lose. It's not based on sales. It's not based on user fees. It's based on what is the certified assessment of the town of Mooresville. We worked backwards from the number of employees from that 115,000 or 114,000, and last year we were able to achieve $1,000 per person. This year the pay raise will be just shy of $1,500. It's $1,499.96. It amounts to 72 cents an hour per employee across the board for the full-time employees. It is money that we will not get taken away from us. We're not going to be standing here red-faced a year from now saying we don't have the money to do it again.
Thank you.
Comments? Motions?
I'll make a motion that we approve ordinance 8, 2019.
Motion been made. Do I have a second?
Second?
Motion been made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye. We'll just probably go down in history with arrows.
Our next item on the agenda is the economic development agreement. Last week on Indiana's birthday, we got kind of a good present here in the town of Mooresville. Our redevelopment board was contacted in Chelsea a year ago, maybe a year and a half ago, and Nice Pack was looking to leave the town of Mooresville. They had offers from Arkansas and also Ohio. It was a little bit of a panic. They've been a strong employer here in the town of Mooresville for 40 years, 40 plus years. And we knew that the jobs that they were providing were something that wouldn't be easily replaced. After we all kind of, I think the redevelopment board kind of slapped themselves around and caught their breath, they decided it wasn't time to panic, it was time to put together an offer that hopefully NICEPAC would see the advantage to staying here in the town of Mooresville. They announced on a week when the state of Indiana or the whole United States lost 3,500 and some truck driving jobs, that they were going to stay in Mooresville. And it was a relief, I think, for everyone, including the employees of NICEPAC. It was a pretty aggressive offer. It's laid out in the Economic Development Agreement. It should keep them here easily for the next 50 years. The company has been good to the town of Mooresville. The employees that live here in Morgan County, I know are thankful. And I can't think of any better news here at the end of the year. Chelsea's here. I think we have someone here with NICEPAC. Mike's here. If there's any questions for them or comments to them, I'm sure they would be happy to either answer or listen.
Well, I personally want to say thank you for all the countless hours. Thank goodness they don't charge by the hour. But being on the redevelopment for the first time, I now see the hard work, the dedication that individuals behind the scenes have put into something like this. And I know a lot of people say that we should go public. Unfortunately, in real estate transactions this scale, you cannot, because you scare away the employees, and other states get very aggressive. So thank you, Chelsea, Mike, the EDC, the RDC, Town Council, and the Town of Mooresville.
Any questions? Comments? Any motion to either approve or deny the EDA as written?
I'll make a motion that we approve it.
Motion been made, do I have a second?
I'll second.
Motion made and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
To the people here from NICEPAC, thank you very much. Thank you, Mike.
In typical Mike fashion, he just runs out. Busy guy, busy,
Getting
busy.
another business.
That's right. Get more business.
Look, they're all waving with you.
You're starting a trend.
They're making sure you don't pick anything up on your way out. Mike.
Stapler and a stapler.
Legal counsel.
I have one item, Mr. Chairman, Mr. President. This is a letter to the town council members. Please accept this letter as my notice of my resignation as town attorney for the town of Mooresville, Indiana, effective at 5 p.m. December 31, 2019. It has been my pleasure to provide legal services to the town, Land Commission, and the Board of Zoning Appeals for nearly 2 years. This has provided to me the opportunity to meet many new, very nice and capable people and work for them as they serve the people of the town of Mooresville. Thank you. Best personal regards, Malcolm Early.
Mel, I know you've served as the legal counsel for Plainfield for 40-some years. I appreciate what you've done for us in the past 2 years. Your guidance has never led us off the right path, and I certainly appreciate that. And I hate to see you go.
I've enjoyed it.
Second, I appreciate all that you've done. You kind of stepped up when we was in major need and helped us get through that transition. And it's been a pleasure working with you.
Department head reports. Don't both run at the same time.
Just a couple of quick things. The cars, Lieutenant Rogers did get an update on the cars. They're now pushed back probably mid-February is when we'll get the cars. They're, from what he stated, they're gonna build them February 1. They should be ready by mid-February is what he said. Kyle's in his solo phase now, so he's out on the road doing a good job. From everybody that I've heard, our 2 guys graduate next week. We'll be able to get them into the FTO status first week of January. We did our Christmas for Kids, which is the Mooresville Christmas for Kids, just last Saturday. We had 12 families and 22 kids that we were able to get winter clothes, get toys, and all that kind of stuff for them. I'd like to thank Dave and his wife. They showed up and got to help out. And I don't know what department Tim Bennett's department, but Tim and his wife, they showed up. Mark Mathis, of course, was there spearheading everything. We had several firefighters and, of course, several volunteers from the police department and our dispatchers. So it was a fun time, it really was. And especially I think Walmart for all they did. We did get a grant from them for $1,500 to help cover some of the cost and everything. And they also supplied donuts. Victorian Christmas went well, at least I thought it did. Had a lot of good comments on Friday night. I wasn't able to make it Saturday. We have interview dates for nearing the end of one process. So far we've got 2 callbacks from 2 individuals for our interviews. Then we're gonna do those the second week in January. And that's all I have.
Have you got any update? Is Muncie still okay or on board?
We have a letter of, whatever you call it, an agreement letter that they will buy those 4 cars, to cover the 4 cars that we're getting.
And they realize that it's now going to be, I mean, it had no control of ours, obviously.
They understood that until we get our cars and get them decked out, we have to keep the ones that we have until those are done. So they are aware of that.
Good.
Any questions?
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Dave's bringing a notepad this time.
Almost a full sheet. This week's snowstorm was a 1-2 punch. As you all know, we used about 60 tons of salt and about 50 tons of sand. Guys are a little groggy right now, but I thought they did a pretty good job in taking care of things. We have 100 tons on order of salt on order. That'll be in probably this week or next. Just to kind of wrap up the year, I think we had a very productive year in the Public Works Department. I'm not tooting my own horn, but we have an incredibly talented group of street department and public works employees that do amazing stuff. I'd say that we have about 80% of the ditch project is complete. We paved about 1.5 miles of street and replaced almost a half mile of sidewalks. We relined over 3,000 feet of sewer main in 2 locations in town. Sold several graves in the new cemetery section and was able to pave the entire cemetery dry, thanks to the council and Mark Mathis, I think, spearheaded that. We planted 600 trees in an unused patch of land that the town owns, and I can't recall any work-related injuries in my department. So I want to finish up by Sandy, thank you. You've guided us and helped us. You've been tremendous to work with and for, and we really appreciate all that you've done. Been here a long time. And from my department, we really appreciate it. Dave, thank you. You did it the right way. We appreciate that. You set a great example for the way things are supposed to be done. Mel, it's a pleasure to get to know you. We didn't work much, but it was a pleasure to get to know you, and thank you. That's all I have. Thanks.
Thanks, Dave.
Thanks, Dave.
I'm not gonna say one thing I forgot to say. We did lose one officer, JT, who's going down to the sheriff's department. He's due to his last days before he works this month.
Public comments. Before we go on, Clerk Treasurer's Office graciously helped us out here. it's odd when you do something, when you join a council or a club or have a membership such as this, you kind of get attached to everyone. And I want to do my absolute best to keep this together. I can't get this out of here. Really? It says with the deepest appreciation, we hereby honor David Rogers for this gift of recognition for your passion, unconditional commitment, and enduring dedicated service to the town of Mooresville. Thank you. Dave, we appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Appreciate it.
I just want to thank everyone. It has been a pleasure to serve the council. Obviously, I ran for council once and lost. Ran for council a second time and won, and then ran for council a third time and lost. So, but it has been great. I've stayed involved the whole time, win or lose. This is a town I was born in, raised in, care about, worked in, and you know, I do appreciate the citizens. I know sometimes it's hard to, you see just different aspects of citizenship when you're sitting on this side of things. I've been in government for 20 years with the sheriff's office in the county, and then I served 14 years with the Mooresville Police Department, and then the rest of my time on the council here. So I've got to see government in several different aspects as an employee, as an employer, and Mooresville's next to none, and I appreciate all of our citizens and our employees and everything that the town has given me the opportunity to serve them as well.
David also have another small token of appreciation. And have your name on it, wherever you sign it.
I appreciate that.
Got another plaque here, and it's, again, with our deepest appreciation, we hereby honor Sandra Perry with this gift and recognition for your passion, unconditional commitment, and enduring dedicated service to the town of Mooresville. Thank you. Sandy, it's got on here from 1996 to 2019. I know you helped to shape a lot of the citizens here when you were teaching. You helped to shape a lot of us council members. You kept us in line, you kept us in check, and Sandy, I love you.
I didn't know I was gonna get one.
You paid for it.
I want to thank everyone, and all the residents of the town, everyone, for my wonderful 24 years that I served here. It's been a lot of fun. It's been hard at times, but I really enjoyed it. Thank you so much.
Thank you for your service, Sandy.
Thank you, sir.
Oh, look here. You got it all the box. Now also, we token of our appreciation, we certainly appreciate everything that you do. Need a motion for approval of payment of claims.
You gotta do it better than I did.
Make a motion, we approve claims in the amount of $797,598.81.
I'll second that motion.
Motion been made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. The next meeting will be January 7th. And Sandy, it's 2020. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for the wonderful year that this led us down in, employees, police department, Dave, part. I certainly appreciate everything that you've done for the town. Motion to adjourn.
I'll make said motion.
Motion been made, second.
I'll second.
Motion made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
There are cookies and punch up here. There is absolutely no alcohol in the punch, I promise.
What?
Which one do I sign?
The
Do
one
I
below
always-
mine.
Do I always do that? Every
No,
time I sign?
no.
Okay, good.
No, I looked at that and I was like, I'm not gonna sign on hers, and I won't sign
Sorry.
mine. No, you're fine.
Dennis? I'm still gonna be around. Yep. I may not be at every meeting, but I'll still be around. You'll still see me.
Have a Merry Christmas.
Thanks, Dennis. Thank you guys. Pleasure, sir. I will. You guys too.
Oh, yeah.
Right, you have at 3 in the morning.
Oh, yeah.
Be ready to.
Get back to that. At least until 8.
Yeah.